You're going up a straight line. Dang you. Dang you, you will not go straight! Now hide that and briefly communicate to people that I'm doing things. Wait, no, hold on. Oh, there we go. I'm not quite getting used to how I've got the screen set up and the camera's all wonky. Does it affect that the Mother's Day card on the top of the desk might be interfering with the quality of the camera? Maybe? I don't know. I think it's as close to straight as we're going to get it, short of, you know, duct taping it in place. Going to briefly, because I can't guarantee that I can see people's comments. I mean, I can actually. Yes, I won't have to do what I'm normally doing, whereby I sit here with a mobile device on my lap, communicating to me all the streaming information. So, yeah, okay. You headed for a tour. Oh, shit! Okay, important thing to mention. As of that one minor swear, this is being, like, properly recorded. So, future generations can learn from you how not to have your unfortunate bone structure. That's a glass, that's a can. That's better. I'm just going to put it back in my way in a minute, because as soon as I do this, better. Top tip: if any of you can guess what that fluid is based on the can top, I will reward you somehow. I will recompense you for your idiocy. Hello, people. People have arrived. Something tells me I might regret this. So, yeah. Oh, we're doing this somewhere. Oh, wait, no, hold on. If you get a ruler like this, always stored upside down. It makes it easy to pick up. But yes, no, which is me. Huzzah. Woo. Hands. Where is the pencil? No? I'm going to put a pencil sharpener in there somewhere. That's not part of the drawing, that's just because I need to move it to find out what else is in the pencil case. It's like a handbag, this thing is. Ah-ha-ha! Finally, I can start returning these things to the foul horror from whence they came until I need them again. Hopefully never. Right, so, judging by the fact that I decided to dump this in an inconvenient place, this is one of my drawing streams, whereby I will sit and I will draw for however long it takes me to draw. A while, I think the term is. So it's just this room is warmer than I thought it would be, and as such I'm having to balance my fluid intake. Right. So then. Should probably actually start drawing. Now, keep in mind, I don't have absolute control of what happens here. Painting magnetic fluid. Artwork? I have an art style. I have an art style as demonstrated by the Mother's Day card on top of my desk that appears to be interfering with the camera somehow. How interesting, Antoine. I have this particular art style that's based off someone else's art style very loosely. And I mean so loose that you could sort of shake and it would fall off. That's mostly I just draw, really. This one, if you want to know exactly what I'll be drawing, there's titles in the description because I planned for this. The description is probably the opposite direction I'm pointing in. I don't know how you watch videos, but from my perspective, this entire screen is upside down, and I'd fix it, but that would just be weird. There's a lid from the steak, I can tell. So, you get to see me drawing today. The tough part, of course, is starting the drawing because I do not draw. Not regularly, anyway. I just sort of do this. This is how I draw, right? Talk at the internet. And for the record, if you know me watching this, and you probably don't, please never mention my actual name because that'll give the game away. And also, I am so sorry. Oh, good grief. But I'm sorry, it's just... How constructive? But yeah, no, as mentioned, I cannot show everything on the stream. One moment while I look up some, because I know exactly what I want to draw, I just forgot to take a reference photograph, and now I'd have to go out in the dark. In my pyjamas and a dressing gown, because I do not want you to think I'm juvenile as I am. So now, so if you don't mind, I'm now going to Google pictures of bust. Oh, sorry. Now I'm going to Google pictures of a bust. Sorry. Gas exchange issues. Yeah, this is going to happen a lot. The majority of this is just me rambling at a camera. This is my equivalent of, like, a vlog, I suppose, except I'm drawing. Yeah, that'll do. Here is an example picture. Let's see if this shows up. It's probably upside down for you people, so let me just turn it round. Ow. For the record, this is what our bus stops in the UK look like. Yeah, I know. How uncivilized. You know, when you... Ooh, it's got red lighting. I didn't know it had red lighting. I didn't know they had them with red lighting. I thought they only had them in yellow lighting. By the way, if the sound of my voice gets too boring for you, I do have a music library preloaded. It's set to pick up on the last album I left off on. The last time I streamed anything. Which means, of course, I'm going to run out of albums to listen to pretty quickly, and I'm going to have to decide what else to put on that hopefully isn't copyright protected or too recognisable, which means if you start hearing things like The Trap, that's probably my fault. That's quite standard in England. I've seen cooler though. There's the city where the mayor is like majorly into city design and goes around trying to improve everything. The number of buses in that place. It's awesome. Never been there. But now that I know vaguely what I'm drawing. Landscape or portrait. I think I'll do portrait. I'll do portrait. England's okay. I'm not that experienced down in the country. The furthest in the country I've been is my grandfather's place. It's not bad, but you can guess what you could try and guess what drink I'm drinking. If you want to know more about the Rock, you can ask about the Rock. I will be happy to explain about the Rock. Anything to get away from the art. And I do not mean The Rock as in the ex-wrestler. Did he stop wrestling at any point? I think he still wrestled. Okay, so bus stop. Start with the bottom of the bus, like the sign bit. Considering that I go to a bus stop every day, you think I'd know what a bus stop looks like better, but apparently not. I'll just put The Rock there as a paperweight. I like that rock. I got it on the Isle of Wight. It's an interesting rock. It's a really interesting rock. Now this is not going to be to regular, like, scale. Which is good, because none of you have seen an English bus stop, like, properly, so you don't know what the scale is. Then again, you've never seen, like, me properly either, so you don't know what the scale for me is either. I'm about 6'2", in case you're wondering. I'm taller than I sound, aren't I? No, so you're from Oklahoma, how interesting. Never been to Oklahoma. Should go someday. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I say, and I say this a lot, and people don't always believe me, but I say I can't draw. That's not because I can't draw, but that's because I don't like my drawings. Oh, no. I don't like them. It's just that I don't draw very often. I mean, I had the chance to get good when I was younger. When I was younger, I like to think I was decent, but that was 10 years ago, and now I have dyspraxia and self-esteem issues. Ugh. Okay, further than I expected it to go, but whatever. Oh, by the way, The Rock. The Rock goes in half. Sorry, it's just, I can't tell which hand's which on the camera, because... You think being me, I'd be used to seeing everything through sheets of glass, but... apparently, a screen is just one step too far from bits of glass. Look at me, glasses wearing metallic humanoid. No, I don't go on a highway very often. I have this, like, commute every day whereby I go to school. I used to go in the back of a taxi that was cramped and cold and miserable, but now I get the bus, which is differently cramped and cold and miserable. I was going to word a lot more, but that's mostly just them seeing the mistakes they may have been drawing it. There is this wonderful webcomic of somebody looking at their archive, and yes, that's my pants leg, of someone looking at their archive. And what the people see is this wonderfully drawn thing, and what they see is all out of proportion and squishy and weird, and I'll have to get my sysadmin to send me a link to that again, so I can make references to it. Just bought it, Sandy. It's an Amazon link! One moment while I disable my Skype, because as much as I love you people, oh god, you are talking too much. No offense, Auntie. What is that even a link to? Oh, cool. I don't want to copy it. Still cool, though. Yeah, no, artists tend to critique their work a lot. That's something that all artists do. Though admittedly, when I was younger, I used to do more art than this, and I was good for a while, and then I got bad, and then when I got bad, I didn't realise I'd gotten bad. And people were just a little too harsh on 10-year-old me. and I kind of moved away. And now I do this for the internet because, to be frank, it's on the internet. Who gives a fuck? This leads to me drawing things like this. Which is, for all intents and purposes, a bus stop. About the same length? Oh, and also should be straight. I really wish they had like sideways carpenter's levels. Where like you make the stone and it magnetised and put a magnet on the dead centre of the other side so you can like sideways carpenter's level to make sure you're drawing straight lines. I so wish they made those. I need to work out how you could do it physically. And then patent the idea. Along with my store-based GPS system, which I will not tell you about because then one of you will be smart enough to do it. Again, doing the scale on this is going to be really difficult because I'm 6 feet tall and the person I'm drawing this is about... I say the person who I'm drawing this. The person who will end up being in this is about 1'5". About 1.5 foot, maybe 1'5". 2 feet tall at most. It's tiny. Adorable to the point where I can reach down to my knees and just about pat him on the head kind of scale. Yeah, apparently I don't sound how tall I am. Yeah, again, if I don't know why I'm saying this so much. It might be because I secretly want to do this, but at some point there's probably ending up going to be music, and you can tell me if it's good or terrible. I picked the music library after all. The sunset over an ocean with a bunch of angels staring. As everyone loved it, though, but it was garbage because a tree wasn't in the art style I normally draw. I was recently forced to draw a Mother's Day card of a sunset in my art style. I've got it on my desk. I don't really want to get it out, but at the same time I kind of do. It'll give you a perspective short of having to, you know, look up my previous live streams and look up what the ending image looked like. Just a sec, I am actually recording this, right? Yeah, I'm recording these because if I don't record these, it's really hard to do the time lapses later because I don't have a pre-existing video file. Come on. It's more of an oval-shaped bolt, really, but... Screw realism? I might have to exchange the nib there. Get TLT, fail to use a compass. Crap, how do you... Ah, there we... No, wait. Widen this. Is that getting graphite all over my fingers? Sounds like the column of fire in Hell is the Absence of God. You probably won't have heard of Hell is the Absence of God. It's a really good, like, sub-book. Should I just take the entire thing off and see if I can just sort of manangle it? Or patently not. Since you probably haven't heard of hell as the absence of God, allow me to enlighten you. Haha. Okay, first question. Have you seen the film Arrival? Even if you have, I'm not going to give spoilers in case somebody in the future watches this and hasn't. Shit. Where did that land? Okay, even if you have heard of Arrival, it's the film with the aliens and the language. Can't say anything more than that, because if I do, I'll ruin it. I'm under the desk now. Hi, I'm under the desk. One sec. There. I'm under the desk. There's a plug. There's a plug and some metal and the thing I'm looking for. Let's see if I can find it. But, yeah. So, the film Arrival is based on a book called Stories of Your Life and Others. When they released the film, they released the book under the name Arrival, with an appendix note on the front page saying previously Stories of Your Life and Others. Stories of Your Life and Others being a short collection of work by the writer, I think, Ted Wang, I want to say? It might not be, and I might have just dissed an awesome guy, but either way, I've got a copy of it sitting downstairs, so I'd have to take off my headphones and go and look for it, and, well, then you wouldn't be able to hear my wonderful voice now, would you? Is that it? Or is that just like a... I don't know what that is. I don't think I want to. It's okay. I think I've got a spare, and I found it. Okay, so Arrival is the short story labelled "Story of Your Life." It was the short section story of your life, and well, I think stories of your life, but details. But one of the later works is called "Hell is the Absence of God," and it looks at angels as a kind of natural phenomena like earthquakes or tsunamis. And all the little biblical details, like the curtain of fire that comes down upon them when they arise, the light from heaven, those are all real, and the repercussions of those exist. The light from heaven blinds you to all from this world, but gives you infinite love and grace for God, and God will forgive you all your sins. The curtain of fire does actually burn people, and has physical effects on physical things, such as it shatters a sheet of glass, killing somebody from blood loss as they bleed out. You don't remember Arrival? Unlucky you. But yeah. The book version of Arrival is wonderful. It's much better than the film version, in my opinion, because it stops being about language and starts being about physics. And they don't take themselves seriously. In the film, it's all, oh my god, this is world changing. In the book, it's oh, it's an alien. It's like the film, Abbott and Costello. In this, Flapper and Raspberry. They don't take themselves seriously in the slightest, but it's a wonderful thing. This includes all kinds of other ones, like Tower of Babel, whereby it is a tower in Babylon that reaches from Earth to heaven, and how they finished building it. Building it? Building it! Understand, which is about a man who undergoes a hormone therapy treatment to cure him of his, well, at some point he was in a car accident and basically had his brain fucked. So they give him this experimental hormonal treatment and it repairs his nerves. to the degree where he ends up in the 99th percentile. So they're like, okay, what can we do about this? Well, we can give you another injection and see if that does the same thing. So they give him another injection, and by that point, he's now so intelligent that the CIA want him as an analyst. And he's also smart enough to fox his way through all the intelligence tests they're throwing at him just to keep himself off the radar. And he just slowly becomes more and more intelligent and seemingly more and more insane, but in a way that I can relate to the point where I both love that chapter and despise that chapter. And I would read it again anytime. I am, actually. But, yeah. And a bunch of other ones. There's a section called Liking What You See, which is a documentary about calignosia. Except it's induced calignosia. You've got the option of having calignosia applied to you, and will be mandatorily applied to you until you're 18. And it's a really interesting read. But yeah, no, hell as the absence of God is one of them. Is my voice getting too boring? I don't want to say getting too boring, but it's not my voice not quite like this, because I can put some music on. And by I can put some music on, I mean I want to put some music on. Would anybody mind if I put some music on? I just realised, I think I might have gotten the scale on this so massively out of whack that technically what I'm drawing here is both too short and too wide, but fuck it, it's my world. It's my little universe that I am drawing, and I will set all the physical rules, like where England is. Yeah, I get that. But Arrival was good, though. I saw it by accident. And by accident, I mean somebody dragged me along and didn't tell me what the hell I was going to see until I'd finished seeing it. And I was like, wow. And I spent the next, 5 weeks thinking about it. And it's still in my head somewhere, and I still want to have a look at that writing, just so I can see if I can figure out how it works, and how I could write a program to do it. Hearing my intelligence. Oh, and my accent is beautiful. Oh, thank you. It's English, mostly. It's not entirely English. I have New Zealand parents, so I picked up their accent, and it's this. And it's great, because some people think I'm Australian for some reason. And some people go, oh no, he's really posh British, and others go, nope, he's American. The hell in America are you going to hear something like this? But no, it's good, I'll just put the music on. I want to put the music on. The music won't be obnoxious. I've been setting up how the music shouldn't be obnoxious for quite a while. There, that should tell you what the heck you're listening to. Drop the sound down to 20 decibels. There we go. Well, I'm no Leonard of Quorn, but it's as close as you're going to get to a perfect circle from me. Oh, screw it, even though it probably isn't a real bus stop. Actually, hold on, I've got a mobile device next to you, you can't see my screen. So I can work out what the heck the bus stop outside my front door is. Without having to go outside, wearing my pyjamas. Sweet! Whatever. Keep in mind, I occasionally deliberately vary my word choices just to mess with people. Well, partially to mess with people. I mean, it's part of the ongoing robot joke. My word choices are part of that, but there's also a component of sometimes I just get bored of using certain words. Or I use the same ones so often I'm like, should pick something else. Is that an actual bus stop, Valley? No! No, it's not. I don't care. And you're right when you say it's a mixture of a few different ones. It literally is. So on the one hand, I'm really grumpy with this because it just doesn't quite feel right. It's like I either want to tear the top bit off or just, like, do this entire thing again smaller. Except I've spent... Crap, how long have I spent doing this? I mean, I have unlimited time here. I spent half an hour drawing it. Screw it. Screw it, I'll just go with it. I'll just go with it. Ugh, my hand really sounds like mine. Yeah, I know I've been going for about 30 minutes or so. I'm the one running the stream. I can check this stuff. Booyah! Actually, I'll get rid of that line there. And in case it wasn't clear what the heck music is playing in the background already, it should be now. And yeah, I know, Auntie, we've played this one before, but whatever. Try to think that it takes hours to draw some pieces of art, and yet most people only look at it for a few seconds. Yeah, it kind of is. This is why I do my, like, sped up versions, because there's the, there's this, which is going to take... There's this, which is going to take several hours, it's like an hour at most for me to draw. And then there's the, like, sped up version, which is going to be at most, like, 10 minutes. You're going to see this at, like, 1/6 speed later. Let's do 35, 44, 77, and 44, 3, 19, and 2, 5, 7. These are all valid bus numbers, but they don't stop at any particular. They don't stop all at the same one. It's 5 days preparing a few meal for some holiday, and then everybody eats it in 2 hours' time. Yeah. Yeah. Good to balance out the bad, I suppose. I'm unhappy with how perfect I just did that. So going to a party? Translator. So we're going to a party? No. Oh, it's a party. I should really learn not to drink stuff with such a high CO2 content. Yes! Yes, I am. This section I feel is going to be more in proportion. I did a sort of rough sketch on this on a post-it note during a break, and I'm kind of happier with the post-it note. To be honest. Hey! Get out of my stream! What have I told you about hijacking my streams? I'm sorry, he's going to do that. He's going to do that. I can't stop him. I've tried to keep him out. What is too acidic, by the way? You can't too acidic. Yeah, no, sorry about him. He does that. Is that... Oh, hold on, have I got to... Have I made that just slightly too tall? Oh, crap. Sorry guys, might have. Oh, no, we're good. No, I'm not drinking that, actually. I have here an empty can of that. That's what I was drinking last night. Guess again! Ha ha ha! Also, Coca-Cola does not have gold-topped cans. Oh, it's a meme from Poland in like the mid-2000s. And I thought you were taking me up on my like opportunistic, guess what drink I'm having tonight? No. Is this show where you can try obscure world records of your choice? Oh god, what have we done? What have I done? What have I done? Is that on an accurate bus seat? Not in the slightest. Do I care? See previous answer. And you too, apparently. What did I ever do to deserve you? I mean, aside from... Okay, no, don't answer that question, please. I do not need them to start worrying about me as much as you do, or my therapist does. Oh. I have a guitar in the other room, I just can't play it. Well, that's the, ironically, that was the easy bit. And I'm still unhappy with it, but I'll take what I can get. Now. The umbrella. One moment, actually. Let me go get some reference material. Be right back. Hold on, if I'm going to do a be right back, I might as well put my headphones somewhere you can see them to know that I'm actually gone. Staying alive, staying alive. Sorry, Logitech? What do you mean Logitech? Also, I got what I was looking for. I bought an umbrella! I bought an entire umbrella and you can't see any of it! How do you like... Oh, you do it that way and then it... I bought an entire umbrella. One second, let me check the brand then. Coton each. Coton each G200, I think. Sorry. Nice guess, though. Judging by all the blue. I mean, you'd guess that about my keyboard, too, given all the blue. I mean, all the blue. Right? Sorry, I love showing off. Just not too much. But no, I'm not listening to this for the benefit of listening to it while drawing. It is literally just white noise for me in the background. I'm just putting this in for the benefit of the stream, I would say. But that's just me. And now all I have to do is get the fingers right on it. Yeah, it's a backlit keyboard. It is not a Logitech. Disappointingly, I don't think it's got a brand name on it. But it's the same guys I got one of my mice from. But I think that one's currently in New Zealand. The current mouse I'm using doesn't have a long enough cable for me to get it on the camera, and I'd have to move the camera. Can I move the camera? I think I can move the camera. Slow pad of my desk. He says slow. Keyboard, mouse. And don't even ask what that is. Just move the Mother's Day card out the way so I can put the camera back on properly. Anyone want to see the Mother's Day card? Everything I have in my room, except what I'm drinking! You haven't guessed what I'm drinking yet! That's the one thing I told you to guess, and you're not guessing it! Where's the Mother's Day card? Oh, it's under the cat. I'll let you work out what the heck that means. You think you have that exact mouse? Yeah, it's got 4 buttons and the wibbly meter. The wibbly meter? The wibbly meter isn't quite, like, wibbly enough. Actually, no, wait, no, it's not wibbly enough. It's too wibbly. Yeah, too wibbly. That's it. I'm deliberately doing that quickly just to confuse you. So... there's like hair in my hands! Yes. Oh well. Ooh, I'm happy with how that arm came out. That arm is good, given my standard of arms. Well, no, that's the whole point. It's a canned beverage, it's got a golden lid, it's carbonated. The expectation is for you to guess. You know, just a little. And of course there's also the Mother's Day card. I keep wanting to get the Mother's Day. It's good I'll get down the Mother's Day card. This should be a good example of my quality of work here. And before you ask, yes, I drew that arc sunset in the background with a protractor. The glitter was at the insistence of a good friend, who also insisted I make the card. I don't know if it's cute as I want it to be. I'll turn it around so you can see it the correct way up, I think. And I can feel all the embarrassment floating to my chest. Back under the cat. The cat has a moustache on it, by the way. Yes, I know, I just told them the cat has a moustache! Get out! I mean, I like you, but I don't want you gate crashing my streams that much. I kind of do, but... I'll give you a brand name. Will that narrow it down? Or Jamaica! There we go, that should narrow it down. So there's... left arm holding the umbrella? Until I hold an umbrella. And he probably picked it up from me, so... yeah, left arm, I guess. I'm not thinking though, that doesn't narrow it down too much because there's also lemon and pyro. And lemon and pyro is good, and I wish I had some, but I don't because it's really damn expensive here in the UK. Like the US, it's like a couple of bucks, and the US, in New Zealand, it's a couple of bucks. Over here, it's like $2.50. It's $2.50, and that's only if you go to a GBK. So, bruh. Yeah, good on me. I'm autistic. I have social issues. Of course, I'm gonna be embarrassed about it. It's just how I think. I mean, heck, I'm drawing. And that almost never happens. I so wish I had a Trammel of Archimedes right now. No, that's terrible. I would kill for an adjustable, usable Trammel of Archimedes. Yeah, I'll type it in the chat so you know what a Trammel of Archimedes is. Here's how it's spelt so you can Google it, because I am not Googling it for you. I may have spelled Archimedes incorrectly, but there you go. That's how you spell Trammel of Archimedes, vaguely, with the word Archimedes spelled wrong. But I wish I had one for what they're used for. Because your average Trammel of Archimedes... Yeah, I don't socialise, like, normally. It's like... I want to say the Submafia Skype group has been, like, the most people I have ever, like, interacted on a level where I'm actually, like, willing to talk to people ever? I don't make friends, not because I don't... Not because I have difficulty making friends, but because I don't want to make friends. Whereas you guys, I do want to be friends with. So, which leads to several weeks of going through these various lessons, teaching me how to make friends, which were mostly useless and may have actually damaged my ability to make friends. But, no, I'm autistic, so Asperger's syndrome. I'm wonderful at math. I'm not so great socially. Also, everybody keeps telling me, and also I keep thinking, maybe not. I spelled the of right. Kind of vague and moot on the subject of what exactly is going on here. School was not the greatest for me. School was not really the greatest for me or my dad or what with them. See, now this is what happens. You try and hack my screen to tell people not to ask me about school. What happens? You get your own typing setups wrong and it goes off screen. Ha! Nice try. Ah, Lambda Core. This is where we left off last time. But in all seriousness, you may want to drop the subject. Yeah, no, school, not something I'm really going to talk about. But, there. There's one picture done. We can interpret a lot from that beep. I'll let you interpret as much as you like from that beep. But just because what you're seeing might be upside down, I shake the... Ah, office complex. At 10:45 AM, there was a coordinated attack on the Black Mesa Research Facility. Please proceed to your nearest safe zone. Sorry, that was me attempting to quote and failing miserably. Yeah, so there. Now, one moment while I briefly stop and start the recording again to start on my next piece of work, and I'll actually just leave this up for a few seconds so I have a chance to get a decent shot of it later. Stopping recording, taking the sheet off and putting it up above my desk where I can find it later, and by find it I mean lose it. Starting the recording again. The stream didn't stop, but I've just started and restarted the recording, which means it's now in 2 separate videos, which means later when I do a time-lapse of this, it's going to be easier to handle. And in here, there should be another piece of paper. Oh, hey! There's the pictures of my brain! I forgot about the pictures of my brain. I wonder where I left them. And the answer is in here. Sorry, I just found the pictures of my brain on top of the printer. And yes, I have pictures of my brain. Like, on top of the printer. Oh, and because no one guessed it, but to be fair, it's not like I made it easy for them. Shit, there goes my pencil sharpener. Shit, up. I do not sponsor my videos, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so let's start on this. So now, you ever played Machinarium? Oh, what the? Oh, crap. Sorry, one sec. I accidentally hit a key that... Reset. Crap. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, so this next piece I titled in the description as Laothian butterfly, courtesy of Machinarium. I'm talking about that. Let me turn down my volume. That's better. So, have you seen Machinarium? You probably haven't, but either way, there's a level that's a greenhouse, and in the greenhouse there are little solar panel butterflies fluttering around at the top of the screen. And, but they're a solution to a puzzle, but I liked the idea of little solar panel butterflies. But then there's the next step. Why Laothian? Because surely I'd call it Machinarium butterfly if I was just basing off Machinarium. Well, I'm not. So, and this is a book that I've ranted and raved about quite a while, so Ant, you might get annoyed by me bringing this up, but there is a book that I read called The Dark Side of the Sun. The Dark Side of the Sun, I love that book, it includes me in it, but The Dark Side of the Sun has a planet called Laoth, and Laoth is spelled, by the way, let me type this in the chat for you so you can see how it's spelled. Laoth. Now, I wonder if it's actually meant to be pronounced Lathe. Because, I mean, I don't know the late Sir Terry Pratchett personally, and I probably never will, not until I pass away. And that's only if there's something after this, but I think it was some kind of joke for him, maybe, that it was actually meant to be pronounced Lathe. No. The late Sir Terry Pratchett passed away recently after battling dementia for several years. He was an awesome, awesome man, and I'm going to miss him. But he wrote a one-off novel 26 years before I was born in, I want to say, the 1970s, called The Dark Side of the Sun, and it involves mathematics and invulnerability and robots, and I get to say I'm one of the characters, even though it was written before I was born. I'm in it. But, I digress. One of the, but no, so there's a planet called Laoth. Laoth specialises in making electronics components and robots. And there's a guy who owns Laoth. Now, he's a nice guy. He's not that rich, but he flaunts it better than people who are really rich. Rich? Rich. He flaunts it better. So, yeah. He didn't want to live on a world that was dead. Laoth is sterile. Completely. Anyone who enters, they kill all non-essential bacteria. Basically, the only thing you get to bring in with you is about a kilogram or so in your gut. Everything else, gone. They kill all your bacteria. Because, well, you don't want to get in the circuits, do you? So you have this planet. But he doesn't want to live on a dead world. So around his palace, he built a forest. Ooh, question like it's fun. What's the song? He built a forest. Copper trees with solar panel leaves. And zinc trout swimming in the silver river. Little brass hummingbirds clicking amongst the trees. And presumably silicon solar butterflies. And I liked how Machinarium portrayed a city of robots as a city of robots. All mechanical devices, but still completely robotic. All its occupants are robotic. On Laoth, the flora and fauna are robotic. The people are still people. But it's a wonderful image, and I wanted to see if I could bring that two together. And me being me, I decided I'm going to call this, look, Laothian butterfly. as a tribute to both of those. It's just a matter of finding good stuff. If you want to see kind of the expenses I've seen, look out for books by Ian M. Banks, Terry Pratchett, and Anthony Horowitz. Also have a healthy interest in, like, just general psychology. These things will all get you to the sort of position I ended up in. Fun fact, most charity shops will have an awful lot of useful, random, and interesting books in them. That's how we amassed our Terry Pratchett collection. We just went to charity shops. A lot. In the process, we also discovered seasons 2 through 4 of Stargate SG-1, which is like a day's worth of content and is far better than the Star Wars or Star Trek we set out to find. So, booyah. We also found a coat that makes me look like Neo out of the Matrix. Really happy about that. I'm running out of ginger beer. But no, just stick with me and you'll probably wind up somewhere entertaining. Surface Tension was a good chapter in this game. It was moderately good. It wasn't my favourite, but it was a good chapter. But it wasn't one I liked. That's like a personal preference thing. You find some new thing that fascinates you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, really? Seriously, you're going to pull that? Yep, just... You've got a minute. I've got a minute before I kick you out, okay? Again. Right, so I can't remember the exact pattern on the... Sorry about him. He does that. I don't know what to do with him. I really don't. I've tried kicking him out, it just doesn't seem to stay gone. For the record here, I'm trying a sort of circuitry design thing. Realistic? Not in the slightest. Pretty. Well, that's what I'm trying for anyway. Stay out. Get away. No, do I want to copy the pattern? I don't really want to completely copy the pattern. That would be boring. But what I can do something similar. Or at least I might went to the effort of making sure you could spell decently. Hmm? I know you are. Does not explain why you keep hijacking my streams. He's not a personal idea here, he's just... he shows up. It shows up. I could be in all seriousness about it, but I'm not going to be because that would take the fun out of this. Because I've got a lot of empty page and I want to do something interesting. Thinking of later drawing one of these things digitally? No, you're not. Paper. Ah, we ran out of music. One moment. Okay, this will either shuffle my music library and play something horrendous, or it will pick up where we left off. Yep, it shuffled and played something horrendous. One moment while I find something that isn't so horrendous. I mean, I like that song, but not a draw to. Why is it? Oh, right. What's curious about this is that it ends up being wider, well, longer than it's wide, I want to say. Sweet tints of, yes, the sweet tints of paper and graphite. What? Why did it stop? Oh, that's why it stopped. Surprised you both being a voice in my head. Yes. Oh, that reminds me, I didn't sign the other piece of work, did I? Little blank canvas for your imagination to fill the gap. Then use your hand to make a reality with any colour of your choice. Surprisingly poetic. And since you said blank canvas, while I fill in the other one, and if I'm going to finish up soon, which I am because this was the last thing I was planning on drawing, why don't I play something else? Just this once. Just this once. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I've added one song to the playlist. And in the 30 seconds it'll take to finish playing this, interesting. Actually, hold on. I'll put that there for a minute or two while this song finishes and the next one starts playing. So I can have a nice stable shot for the end of the time lapse. You asked for a blank canvas, so I gave you blank canvas. Actually, hold on. I should be putting these the other way around. Crap. Well, I'll put this here for a minute or two. And there you go. One, I think your grammar may be breaking. Where's the other one? Yes. It's fine, take it whichever way you want, thanks. Look, I asked you for pose or anything. And just let that one sit for the time lapse. And there, we're done. Can I stop recording? But if you like, I can hang around on stream for a few minutes while I and I can just talk if you want. Famous. I've got nothing to say, yeah, he's right. And it's good night from him. I do think it's beautiful. I just envy the fact that you got to come up with it. I'm kidding, though. It is beautiful, and I agree. This is why you have the whole artist working together. But either way, I'm done here. So unless you want to arrange some other meeting of talking,